Good evening. Today is an important day in history. Over the past few weeks, Americans across the country have been voting in primaries, caucuses, and various local elections. And tonight, it is time for us to turn the tables on elections by having our own election. Before the episode is over, we will elect the president of the turn. But before we do that, we're going to hear our candidates debate the issues so that we can make an informed decision. To begin our debate, please rise for the national anthem. Big Mike and the Dynamite, go ahead and take it away.
We don't have a flag, so I'll just use my hat.
We would like for everyone to sing along with us, but before we do that, we ask that you please take a moment of silence for all the victims in the world.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed by the twilight's last gleaming.
Gleaming. O'er the ramparts we watch. We watched.
What's a rampart?
A rampart. That's what the prompter said.
I've never known what that is.
Okay.
We're so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the fight,
The night
that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Play ball!
Welcome to America.
Thank you. You may be seated.
Be seated.
All right, well, yeah. Thank you, Big Mike and the Dynamite, for that moving rendition. It's time to begin our debate, but first, let's meet our candidates. The candidates and their vice presidents will have a 1-minute opening statement to give us a taste of what their platform consists of. First up is Cledus and his vice president, Hank Nguyen. Gentlemen, your time starts now.
God bless you, Ronnie. First off, I just want to say, when you want a president, you want a family man. You want a godly man. You want a man who can go out and take you some fishing. You want a man who wears a Call of Duty special plops shirt. A man who gets it. And with this campaign, we get it. I want you to understand that my vice president, Hank Nguyen, is gay. So gay. So
Very,
extremely
very
gay.
right here.
Hank, show me your nails. Show me your nails.
It's painted.
Would a gay man not have nails? Speak a few words. Tell me your piece.
You know what? The only time you really should be going left is on the NASCAR track.
Right.
Praise Dale. Raise Dale. Yeah.
I yield the rest of my time.
All right, well, that's fantastic. Thank you, guys. And for our next candidate, we've got Pete O'Donnell and his vice presidential candidate, Doug Fleshlife. And your time starts now.
Hi, well, we're sort of running a grassroots campaign to sort of say that the rights belong in your hands as the people. That for too long, your powers have been taken away from you, and we need to unionize and come together to sort of bring about the procurement of bread for all of us. We're all about getting bread and being able to share in that wealth equally.
As the famous unionist of the movement in the 30s once said, we fight for bread, but we also fight for foreskin. Folks, when I was a young child, my foreskin was forcibly removed from my body because the doctor said it was too big. And I'm here to fight for the rights of all the kids who never got to grow up with a foreskin like me.
I don't know if we agreed on that as part of the platform.
I briefed you on it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I briefed you on it.
I'm cool with that. I respect it.
All right, and that concludes your time. Lovely, you guys. Thank you so much to both campaigns for those insightful statements. All right, well, for this debate, we are going to divide the questions into 5 topic areas with 1 question. We will begin with foreign policy. So, candidates, do you think the U.S. should increase or decrease our military spending? You have 30 seconds to respond. Cledus campaign, you may start. Your time starts now.
This is probably the easiest question of the whole night. Of course, we are going to raise military spending. My campaign has committed to, per quarter, invest $19.8 quadrillion
Big money.
into military spending, with our main goal being you can cut out education, you can cut out arts and sciences and all that bullshit.
We don't care.
We want what's safe for children, and what is safe is giving every child the right to have their own assault rifle.
From the age of 2 and up, you will be able to own a gun.
All right, and that concludes our time. Thank you for that. Thank you, Cledus campaign. That's great. All right, Pete and Doug, you guys are, go ahead.
Well, it's fair to say that we're a little bit more isolationist in our policies. We believe in the complete demilitarization of America for the ability to sort of remove the imperial ties that we've had, the genocidal things that we've caused over the last hundreds of years. Maybe we can atone for that by completely cutting our military spending and investing it into a new future.
Yes.
Yeah, go f yourself.
No more military bases in Iraq, no more military bases in Baghdad, no more military bases in Alaska, no more military bases in Hawaii,
And that
no more
concludes our
military
time.
bases in San Diego.
All right, and that's, all right, we're going to move on. Fantastic answers. Thank you so much. We're going to move on to healthcare this time. And so our question for the night is, do you support a single-payer healthcare system? And I'm going to go ahead and let the Pete campaign start this time. Your time starts now.
Well, yeah, I believe that healthcare is a human right, and if the government stands for anything, it should be for the protection of human rights. So yeah, I definitely think we should have a single-payer healthcare system.
Yes, I believe that part of America's liberties means that we should be able to get health care regardless of whether or not we can pay for it, but also we need to be protected from health care that we didn't agree to, such as circumcision. You see, when I was a child, the doctor said, this kid's foreskin is so big he can use it as a hoodie, and he cut it off without even
And that concludes
asking
our
me.
time. Big Mike, you got a question over there?
More of a statement.
Okay.
I just like to say, if you recall in the previous episode, I did shoot my bandmate over here. Had it not been for affordable health care, he would have died.
I also have a question. How many votes do we get?
1 apiece.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. We can work with that.
All right.
Yeah, go.
Well, thanks for that, guys. All right. Cledus campaign, your statement on healthcare, single payer.
Well, we absolutely agree that this is a privilege. The question comes from who has that privilege. My opponent, Doug, mentions foreskin. The only people we cover are the people that matter the most. People with ginormous and big
Big old
And I tell you right now, our friends over there, Big Mac Dynamite, you'd be covered under our health care plan because I
Under
guarantee
which
you got a
one?
big old schlong.
Wow.
6 inches is enough, and we will make sure that every person in America knows that.
Okay.
Screwed.
I
All right.
can get behind
That concludes your time on that question. That was fascinating, you guys. I really appreciate that. Well, we're going to go ahead and get to our first break, and when we come back, we will finish up our debate. That's coming up next on The Turn Election.
This land is your land. This land is my land. California to New York Island, to the underwater, to the ocean blue. This land was made for you and me. When I done down to train station, moon and waters, moon education, in a big old tall trees, in the mountain water. This land was made for us and me, us and me.
Welcome back. We have no time to waste, so let's dive right into our next topic, the environment. The question for you is the following. What will your administration do to stop climate change? Cledus campaign, we're going to throw to you. Go ahead.
Well, we feel like this is a very simple problem with a very simple solution. You see, the biggest problem with the climate is that it's too hot, right? So I would simply just blow up the sun, and that's what we plan to make a priority on our campaign.
That is right. Since every American will have a gun at the age of 2.
Yep.
On the very patriotic day of 4th of July, everyone will point at the sun and shoot it. The sun is not immortal. It can't take that many bullets.
It has enough hit points to where we can blow it up.
And that is your time. Thank you so much for that. All right, wonderful. Pete, you guys can go ahead and start your environment. Global warming.
Right.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, climate change is obviously a very serious issue, but you can bring it to this camera. I want to look right down the barrel of it. There are 30 companies that contribute to over 40% of the world's pollution issues. Of those 30 companies, they all have CEOs. CEOs are people who have names and addresses, and they have flesh, and they have skin, and
And they have
very
foreskin. They have flesh on the end of their penis. And these CEOs contribute to a
and that's
capitalist
our
system
time. That
in which
is our time
foreskin is
for that
forcibly
question.
taken.
We're going to have to go ahead and move on to our fourth topic, which is the economy. So our question is, should the U.S. raise taxes on the rich? Pete, Doug, you guys go ahead and do what you're going to do.
raise taxes. I mean, I feel like it's obviously,
Yeah.
yeah, we should raise taxes, but taxes the only thing? Maybe we should raise the blade of the guillotine and drop it down. No, it's just that
We should
the working
raise-
class has been suffering too long at the hands of the ruling rich class, and it's just unfair.
We need to raise the blade of the guillotine because for so long they have raised the blade of the circumcision knife. Okay, do you see where I'm getting at?
Yes, I agree, but also let that not detract from also the emancipation of the working class.
All right, that is 30 seconds. Thank you for that illuminating answer. And Cledus, Hank, what do you guys have to say about the economy? Taxes on the rich? Go ahead.
Well, you know, honestly, before I had a bunch of my meetings, I didn't think it was so bad. But after talking to some of the finest people, 48 of the CEOs of the top 100 Forbes companies, I say we shouldn't tax them. We should actually give them more money. It seems like they're doing a very good job out there, and they deserve everything they've given and then some.
Yeah, I'm rich. Yeah, you should give me money. That's it.
I feel like the more rich you are, the more you deserve, and
exactly.
I think it's as easy as that.
All right, well, that's fantastic. Thank you for that unsurprising answer. And with that, we have arrived at our final topic, gun control. So for our last question, do you support increased restrictions on guns? And Cledus, I'm going to let you start.
Oh, yeah, I can take it from here. We need my bazookas in this. I want everyone, you know that GTA stuff, man? I hope I can get a ray gun in that motherfucker. I want guns everywhere. You get a gun, you get a gun, you get a gun. The only problem we have is not enough guns.
Not enough guns, not enough gun manufacturing. Every single person, one hand, two hands, that should be two guns.
I'm gonna go with Kimbo in this. That's all I want. I'm done.
That's all on guns. Okay, wonderful. Well, Pete, your campaign, what does you have to say on gun control?
You know, this might be surprising, but I was actually going to say I don't believe we should have more gun control. I think actually more people should be armed than currently are. I think that the disenfranchised, the homeless, our queer comrades, and those that are disenfranchised by the government should all be armed as a means of rising against the bourgeoisie to seize the means of production for the proletariat, because by ballot or by bullet, a revolution is coming!
Mao said that we need a people's army or the people will never truly be free.
And that's time. Okay, well, that's going to conclude our presidential debate, I believe.
Wait, did I talk about foreskin that time?
Yeah, you did talk
I also
about
am mad about my
foreskin.
foreskin. I'm mad about that whole situation.
You guys, Big Mike and Dynamite, you guys have something to say?
Yeah, we got a couple.
We got a couple questions for the candidates
yeah,
before
Okay.
we use
Okay.
our. We get one vote.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll allow it.
Then we need to ask some questions. You go ahead.
Favorite Third Eye Blind song, Deep Cuts Only.
Okay.
I've never listened. I don't listen.
They think.
Is it,
I know, I like that.
I'd say the one where he talks about his third eye being blind.
Wrong.
Wrong.
We're gonna go with the musical version.
Wrong. Wrong.
Closer. Yeah. All right, what you got?
What are you gonna do about guys that have low T? How are you gonna fix that?
Oh well, first thing we need to do is abolish soy.
That's wrong.
Well, I was
No, it's
pro
their
soy. I was,
Okay,
yeah,
can
you
you
guys are
repeat the question?
He's
Low
got
T.
low T.
How low can T go?
Oh, well, since you already have a very large gun, you will obviously get all the that you want.
Thank you.
can I actually butt in and say one more thing?
He's got a question.
Now I've got a question. What you gonna do with all that junk inside
Okay,
your
I'm going to
truck?
go ahead and cut it off there.
No, that's a good
and,
one. That's very
and
good.
our studio audience.
I have an answer for that one. I have an answer for
Our
that.
studio audience is
Pete has an answer.
We're going to go ahead and head to the
He
polls.
has an answer. He has an answer. Everyone let him speak.
All right, you know what, Pete? Go ahead.
All the junk in my trunk, I give it to my friends. I give it to you guys because you've gone too long without junk from a trunk.
Wait, what does that mean?
That you deserve more junk.
He's saying we don't have junk in our trunk. Oh.
You know what I would do? You know what I would do?
You deserve more junk.
Hold on. You've had your time. You got
Let's hear
junk.
him.
You say you have junk in your trunk?
Yeah.
You bend that shit over, I'm gonna slap it so hard. That's what I have to say about that.
I'm about to.
All right, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and use that to conclude our presidential debate
I'm going
okay,
red.
Doug. It's okay, Doug.
We're gonna go ahead and conclude that. When we come
Good
back,
job,
our
everyone.
studio audience is gonna head to the polls and they're gonna cast their ballot for the president of the turn. Stay tuned.
Good job, everybody. So we're gonna be performing "Proud to Be an American," one of the other national anthem, I think.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I'll gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today.
This guy just couldn't stop.
Are you joining in?
I had to get in. I had to get in with the boy. Come on. This is
Run the chorus.
Cause
back,
there ain't
what's
no
more?
doubt
That doesn't go.
I love this land. God bless the USA. We did it.
Thank you, God.
Welcome back, everyone. And right now, the members of our studio audience are casting their ballots for president of the turn. And I'm going to be doing a bit of an exit polling here to see who they voted for and why. Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me. Who did you end up voting for?
Oh, well, you know, it was a tough call, but I voted for myself.
Oh, you voted for yourself.
Yeah. I voted for myself. I think I'd make a really good candidate.
Okay. Yeah.
You know? I'd kiss babies.
Yeah, I believe that's allowed. So thank you very much. Appreciate that.
You're so welcome.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, yeah. So we're just going to be trying to get a lay of the land. Well, who'd you vote for, Big Mike?
I mean, don't tell him, but I voted for the Dynamite. Wrote him in.
Well, that's sweet.
Has some good policies, like keep me band leader. So.
Okay, well, that's nice. All right, well, thank you for sharing with that. And we're really trying to get the lay of the land here. Sir, excuse me, would you be comfortable sharing who you voted for?
Oh, sure. I exercised my right to vote and voted for Pete and Doug because they're pro-foreskin.
Foreskin is an important issue to you?
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's always been. I've been removed of my foreskin 4 times now.
Oh, okay. Well, good luck with that, and thank you for sharing with your voting policies. All right, fantastic. This race sure is seeming close, and Giovanni, who'd you vote for?
Yeah, so I was listening to what Pete and Dr. Foreskin were saying earlier, and they were talking about breaking bread, and hopefully that bread has marinara and mozzarella on top. So that's where I was kind of going with it. Yeah.
So you're coming at it from a pizza angle.
That's the only angle I come from.
Okay, well, thank you for sharing, Giovanni. Well, all right, the race sure seems close. Who is going to win the presidential election of the turn? The results when we get back. Thank you so much.
What other America songs
We sang.
do we have?
We sang the most patriotic one.
Turn it around.
Yeah. No, that was another episode.
Oh.
I don't think we have any more.
Guys, I know a good one if you...
You got a good
I've got a good
patriotic song?
Okay.
Well, it might not be super patriotic, but
Come
you
on
can
in.
sing along with it if you want.
Yeah.
It
we love
goes,
a good sing-along.
Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. When the union's inspiration through the workers' blood shall run, there shall be no power greater anywhere beneath the sun. But what force on earth is weaker than the feeble strength of one? For the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. It is we who plowed the prairies, built the cities where they trade, dug the mines and gave the world shall take the miles of railroad laid. Now the house done starving in the wonders we have made, but the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Everybody. Solidarity forever. Solidarity
Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union
makes us strong. Yay. Just a little union hymn, I know.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you. Thank you, Pete.
Thanks. I'll fold up my flag.
Okay.
Go back to the podium.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, in my hands, I hold the results of our election. The race was incredibly close, but I want to congratulate both candidates for a productive debate and how much hard work you put into your campaign. So you guys give it up for yourselves. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
But now for the results. All right, well, it looks like the president of the turn is going to be Pete O'Donnell. Hey! There you go, buddy. And before we hear from the new president of the turn, I believe we've got a concession speech prepared from the losing side.
I guess it was worth a shot. I thought I could trick these guys into thinking that I had a gay man in my support.
I'm not gay or country. I'm not even Asian.
No, I actually have to pay him for him running my vape. I ain't got any cash, so I guess I got a Shell gift card. So I'm hoping that's a good consolation
Don't have
prize.
to stay till the end.
Yep, you'll get him next time. Yep.
Wait, who won?
And with that, it is my honor to officially welcome President-elect O'Donnell. Your vice president has some words to say for you.
Yes. Well, people often wonder why European democracy is a lot stronger and more fruitful than American democracy. And part of that is because Europeans still have their foreskin. Stay with me. Okay, so the leftist tendencies of the worker tend to radiate from the nub of our and when you remove the foreskin, you are in a sense symbolically castrating the worker so that they cannot vie for their own interests and cannot represent themselves in a democracy.
All right,
okay?
President-elect O'Donnell, are you ready to take your oath of office?
Yeah, I guess.
Wonderful. Okay, so you're going to officially become the president of the turn. So place your left hand on the
Revolting Prostitutes, The Fight for Sex Workers' Rights by Juno Mack and Molly Smith.
We decided on this one
Good job,
because we're
Gino.
huge proponents of sex workers' rights.
Yes.
Why not? Absolutely.
We think that
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
he said that, I didn't say that.
All right, well, why don't you go ahead and put your left hand on there. We're just going to get this moving. And you can raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Pete O'Donnell,
I, Pete O'Donnell,
do solemnly swear
solemnly swear
I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the office of the president of the term
the office of the president of the term.
and will, to the best of my ability,
And will, to the best of my ability,
preserve and protect and defend
preserve and protect and defend
the Constitution of the term.
the Constitution of the term.
All right, so help me God.
So, all right, so help me God.
All right, well, congratulations, Mr. President.
Congratulations, Mr. President. Oh, no, sorry.
No, okay, we're done there. Yeah, we're gonna cut to, you know.
I don't really want to be president, but it means bringing about a workers' revolution. It's good.
Well, President O'Donnell, would you like to say some words?
Sure.
Thanks, man.
I guess I'd like to sort of make a closing statement about all of this.
Good job, Pete.
The main thing that this whole campaign is built upon is unionization, bringing workers together to seize what is rightfully theirs that they've worked on for so long. So I ask you, cast, crew, and audience of the turn,
And band.
and well, yeah, you're part of the cast, I would say. So you don't undersell yourselves. You guys are part of.
We're kind of outcasts.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to say that we should all unionize against the administrators of this studio and seize the means of production to make this show as good as it possibly can. We should communally own this show together because we put the most work into it. And so, yeah, apply that sort of ideology to everything that you do, and I feel like the world can be a much more equal place.
Okay, well, that is what you people voted for. Thank you, President O'Donnell.
He's
And that concludes this election episode. Remember to exercise your civic duty and vote this year. But more importantly, follow us on social media at The Turn MT10 on Instagram, Twitter, and
important than
Facebook.
voting?
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content. Congrats, President O'Donnell and Vice President Fleshlife. Big Mike and the Dynamite, can you go ahead and play us out of this?
I guess so.
I miss my coffee.
There was an election, and Cledus and Pete were running for president of the turn. Pete won with his foreskin-less vice president. And it was so awesome, and we're really proud. Especially glad that Cledus didn't win.
Maybe next year, Cledus.
You'll get him next year. Thank you. Good night.
Y'all can clap. Thanks.